I've been told I need to work on my paragraph structures. Any tips?
So going back to basics, I think the first thing I'd say is to keep in mind that a well-developed paragraph should have one clear and central point of focus. So if you're getting feedback that your paragraphs are jumpy or they're incoherent or they're kind of cluttered, it might mean that you're actually trying to cover too much ground within one paragraph. So to help you with that focusing of a paragraph, I would keep in mind the position and kind of the point of the opening sentence of any paragraph. So we refer to that first sentence of a paragraph as your topic sentence, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. So that topic sentence should establish the topic that you will develop by the end of that paragraph. So it's almost the promise that you're bringing to the table. So if you say something like, nursing CPD can be delivered in several different formats, right? I would expect that by the end, as a reader, I will understand what those several formats are. I will have received examples of those. I will have received evidence and citations to demonstrate that variety. One thing that I see students do sometimes is immediately jump in with literature. So they'll say, Johnson 2024 says that blah, blah, blah. And it can feel appealing to just, get literature in as quickly as possible. But you want to be in the driver's seat as you establish what that paragraph is going to do. So second point, our companion to that topic sentence is going to be the final sentence of the paragraph. We refer to that final sentence most often as the takeaway point. You can also think of this as your so what moment a little more casually. So at the end of that paragraph, there should be a critical resolution where we understand, having established the topic and having developed it with evidence, literature, citations, commentary, what is the final point to be drawn out of that? So your reader, and that is to say your marker, is definitely going to be looking at that final sentence of the paragraph and wanting some sense of how this all comes together or how it matters in regard to the thesis that you established. So you have that overall focus of kind of your essay and what it's trying to do. Your final sentence of a paragraph is usually your chance to sort of drive home, here's why this matters, here's what we can learn from this. So going back to this question of paragraph structure, the tips would be establish that topic sentence, make sure you're resolving on that takeaway point, and in between, you're going to want to have a variety of literature and commentary that leads you from that point A to that point B. One final tip for checking your paragraph structure and how your paragraph structures make sense in regards to the whole essay is to use the reverse outlining technique. So we'll link to this in the video description, but the idea with a reverse outline is that once you've developed your essay, you look at each paragraph within that essay and try to boil the individual paragraphs down to just one sentence or just one kind of phrase or idea. If you struggle to do that, so if you look at a paragraph and you're like, I can't really summarize this in one sentence or with one main idea, you might have failed that focus test. So if you're not able to do that, it could be an indication that actually, again, you've gone back to that initial problem we discussed of moving between too many different topics within the same paragraph.